In this video, we're going to learn how to build a beautiful and functional blog for any topic you want to blog about. I'm going to place on the screen the final blog that we're going to create in this video. And even if you have no experience in building a website, building a blog, hosting, and all these terms terrify you, don't worry. This tutorial is absolutely designed for you because building a website has become very, very easy, but still beginners like you can't figure it out on your own. That's why we make tutorials like this. So you can absolutely subscribe to this channel if you need any help about building a website, building a blog, and all that good stuff. With that out of the way, let's talk about a few different steps we're going to take to build this beautiful blog that I just showed you. The first step will be to find an appropriate name for your blog. Having a name isn't enough anymore. You need to have a name for which you can actually purchase the domain name. So the first step will be to finding out if the ideal name for your business is also available as a domain name. Once we have the domain name ready, we're going to set up hosting with one of the best hosting providers out there. And with a special offer we're going to mention in this video, you get the domain name for absolutely free. So you won't have to pay for the domain name. It'll be included with the price that you pay for the hosting. That's absolutely amazing, right? Once you've set up hosting, we'll install WordPress on our site, which is going to be absolutely just requires a few clicks and just giving some information about what your blog is going to be about. Then we're going to create a few different blog posts. We're going to install the theme, and then I'm going to talk you through the different plugins you should install to have a fully functional website that also generates traffic and hopefully revenue or achieves any of the goals that you have with your blog. So let's tackle step number one, which is finding out if the ideal name in our heads is also available as a domain name. And the easiest way to validate that is by using the WP Beginner's business name generator. So go to google.com and just type in the thing that I'm going to paste here on the screen, which is WP Beginner Business Name Generator. Sorry, there's a spelling error, but you'll still land to the right page. And you'll see this free business name generator by WP Beginner. Just click on it and it'll take you to this page. Now, what this tool does is allow you to find if whatever business name you have in your mind is also available as a variation of a domain name or is available as domain names that you can actually use for your website. So let's say I'm building a beautiful travel website where I'm documenting my journey about traveling to India. Well, I remain in India or I stay in India, but anybody traveling to India would find it worthwhile to document their journey. So I'll come here and fill out, let's say, Indian travel diaries, which is an appropriate name that you can think of. Let's also see if it's actually available as a domain name. So instantly, or in just a few seconds, you see indiantraveldiaries.com is not available, but you have all these different options that you can think of that, hey, is this domain name suitable to my business? You can actually purchase these domain names. As I mentioned, you won't need to purchase the domain name separately. You just need to find out if it is available as a domain name so that I can register when we set up our hosting. Now, let's say if indiantraveldiaries.com is not available, but I'm stuck on like, hey, I want a .com domain name because it's the most usable and most, I'd say, popular TLD. So what I can do is I'll change diaries to something, let's say I'll replace this with adventures. Let's see if that's available. I'll replace it with adventures and I'll click generate once again. And beautiful, indiantraveladventures.com is available. So now that we know that we have a beautiful domain name available to us, which we can purchase, we're going to go to the next step, which is actually purchasing hosting. And as I mentioned, once we purchase hosting, we know that this domain name is available. We'll just add this domain name in our hosting account. And as I mentioned, you'll get a domain name absolutely for free. So what you need to do is go to this URL, which I'm going to place on the screen, which is wpbeginner.com/refer/hostinger. We definitely recommend Hostinger to build your website. So what I'm going to do is take that URL that I mentioned, I'll place it in my browser, and we'll reach the final page. So once you enter the URL, which is also available in the description and also as a pinned comment, you'll reach this page where you'll see that you can just get hosting as low as $2.69 a month and 3 months free as well. And you'll also get a free domain name, which is mentioned right here. So you can click claim deal and make sure to purchase at least the premium version because the free domain I was talking about is available in the premium version only, not in the single version. Obviously, it's available in the business and cloud starter plans, but for any kind of say regular blog, the premium version is, or the premium pricing plan is more than enough. So what I'll do is click the add to cart button. So once you click the add to cart button, you'll be taken to the pricing page where you'll have to fill in your information, your payment details and all that. You can select all the different options. And you can also enter or find a deal where you'll find the domain name for free. Make sure to enter the domain name that we just registered or just found out, indiantraveladventures.com, into your account, and it'll be registered for you for the first year for absolutely free. Once you've done that, you completed the purchase, made the payment, you'll reach inside the dashboard of your hosting account. So let me just skip that part and go inside the dashboard of Hostinger. So this is Hostinger's dashboard, which is what you will see once you've made all the purchase, everything is done, you'll have the hosting. As you see, I have a few different websites created already. You won't see them because your website or your account will probably be new. But now what you need to do is actually build a website on top of the hosting that we have purchased. And to do that, obviously you need to click create or migrate a website button. And Hostinger makes it absolutely easy to create and build a beautiful website. I'll just guide you through the process, which you can follow along step by step. First, I'll click the create or migrate website section, and you have all these different options. So what Hostinger is telling you, what kind of website are you trying to create? Since we are creating a blog, we can actually select a blog. But let's say if you're not creating a blog, you have some other ideas in my mind or in your mind, you can select from the different options here, or you can also say skip. You don't want a personalized experience, then you'll be able to configure everything from scratch on your website. Right now I'm going to select the blog, which is the easiest. Then you have two options. You want to create a new website or migrate your website. So if you already have a website on different hosting provider, you will choose the second option. But I'm assuming you're building a new blog, then you will click select start or create a new website. And once you've done this, you have two different options. You have WordPress with AI, which Hostinger provides, and WordPress is the most popular CMS or content management system in the world, powering over 44% of the entire internet. So absolutely choose WordPress with AI option here, click select, and you will take it to the next step. Now, what you can do here is just set up your credentials to log into your WordPress website, right? You need credentials. So what I'll do is replace the administrator email here with my own email, and I'll also create or add a password. Make sure the password is strong and fulfills all the requirements. One number, lowercase, 8 to 50 characters, one symbol, one uppercase letter, and only Latin. So once you've done all of that, you just click continue, and you can just move ahead and create a beautiful website. And you'll also see the option of adding or installing a few different plugins to your website. And all of these plugins are actually fantastic. Monster Insights is a beautiful plugin to capture attention or capture details about who is accessing your website, like analytics. Opt-in Monster is a great lead generation plugin. All-in-One SEO is an absolutely beautiful SEO plugin, and WP Forms allows you to create some beautiful and powerful forms on your website. I was going to talk about these plugins anyway in the end of the video when we set up the website, but now since you're already seeing the option of installing them, I'll continue, or I'll just recommend that you keep them enabled and just click, and you can just manage the website. Now, you have all these options for design and palette selection, but what we can do is just select the default template first, and then we'll change it later to think about how we want to customize it. So I'll click select and continue. I'll take to the next step. So as you saw in the previous step, you had an option to choose a different color palette for your website or choose from different variety of color palettes. You also see typography options. So you can choose the default one, professional one, modern one, elegant one, creative one, or dynamic. I'll just stick to the default one and click continue. Next, you have automatic your text creation with AI. Now you can do this or you can skip this. What I'll do is skip the content creation part to later because we need to build a website first. So I'll click skip. I will write content later. Next, you have a domain name, buy a domain name, or use an existing domain name. So since you already have a domain name added to your account, you can choose a domain name that you've previously purchased already. And what I'll do is, because I have not actually purchased the domain name, I'll just stick with the domain name here, which is provided by Hostinger, which is a temporary domain name. But since you already have a domain name, you should absolutely connect it here. Just choose use an existing domain name and add it here. All right. So I'll click this button, but you should be clicking this button. So the website building process has begun. It might take a few minutes of your time. Just sip your coffee and sit back. And once this is done, we'll resume the video. So all the steps are now complete, and you'll see this screen which is telling you either you can go to the admin panel of the website directly, or you can go to the control panel inside Hostinger. Now before we go into the website, because there's a lot of stuff we need to discuss there, I would recommend that we go to the control panel first so that we can understand what options do we get inside the control panel inside Hostinger to manage our website. So I'll click the manage site button, which will open up in a new tab the entire control panel of your website. Right now you see the domain name I have here is a temporary domain name, but as I mentioned, you'll connect your domain name and it will show up here. And it does take a little bit of time to the DNS propagation to occur. I'd recommend you wait for an hour or so before checking, because DNS propagation might take that much time. Once that is done, your website and domain name will work perfectly in sync. Let me show you around the dashboard just to give you all the idea of where you can find all the information that you need. So you see the basic details right here. You have the business WordPress active, domain name active, email is not active, you can manage it. And on the left hand side, you have all the technical details. Since we've installed WordPress, you see WordPress related options here. You also have hosting related features here. You can check your plan details, resource usage, renew your plan, upgrade your plan. performance related things, you'll find security related things, email setup, domain setup, website setup, files, database, everything else. Now you don't need to understand or even use many of these or most of these features. I just wanted you to know where to find the information if you want to. Now what we will do is actually go to the admin panel right here, and we'll just bring us to the admin panel, which you could also have just clicked here and go to the admin panel. So I'll click and at the admin panel, which will take to the inside of the website and redirect us to the website directly where we can log in. So this is what your website looks like. You can see the temporary domain name here. Don't worry, we'll fix that. If your domain name shows up here, you can change the title as well. And the design is also, I'd say, decent enough, but I'll teach you how to actually upgrade the design and just make it even more beautiful and even customize it according to your needs. Now to go to the admin area, which is the back end of your website where you will make all the changes, add the content and all that good stuff, what you can do is just go here, hover to on the top left of the screen, you'll find this W or WordPress icon. And to click it, you'll go inside the admin area. And just like that, we're inside the admin area of our website. This is what the WordPress admin area looks like. If you're not familiar, don't worry, I'll just run you down the basic steps on how to figure out where everything is. This is WordPress Basics. We are 6.3.2 is the most recent version of WordPress, which is released as the date of this recording. And you have all the main important areas on the left hand side. Since we installed a few plugins during the setup process, you see the options for all-in-one SEO and all these different plugins here. You don't need to worry about this. First things first, what you'll do is actually create some content, which is done inside the post section. If you want to create static pages like your home page, like the terms and conditions page, we'll go into the pages section. If you want to upload media to your site, you can go to the media section. If you want to create forms, which we'll take a look at, you can go to WP Forms. If you want to change the theme of your website, which also we'll look at, you can go to the appearance section. If you want to install more plugins, you can go to the plugin section. And if you want to delete users, you can go to the user section, and tools have miscellaneous settings and you can change. So that is a basic gist of what the options are on a WordPress website. And of course, we have tons of tutorials on our channel, so you can subscribe and watch other videos. And we're also bringing dedicated tutorials on how to use the block builder, how to use WordPress. So make sure you're absolutely subscribed for that. So what right now I'll do is actually create some content on the site, right? Add some posts, add some content that you will also do, right? So remember, this is a travel blog. So what I'll do is I'll go to the post section and click add new, which will create a new post, which I'll fill with some details. So this is the interface for creating posts or adding content on your website. This is called the blog builder, but it's also called sometimes Gutenberg, but don't worry, it's the same thing. So when you see blog builder, this is what is being talked about. The process to use this is very simple. Here you can add the title of a blog post that you want to write. Then here you can add the content. You can type it out, copy and paste it, and images also work as well. So what I'm going to do is just add a title and also some content, and I'm going to show you how to add some images on your website as well. So let me just copy paste the content first, and we'll talk about the images. So I've added the content on the page. Here's the title, here's some headings, different kinds of content. I haven't added the image because I'm going to show you how easy it is to add any kind of content on any of the areas once you have the text ready. So let's say, for example, I wanted to add an image after this section. So I'll just click here, I'll press enter, which will create a blank section. And once I take my mouse here, you'll see a plus icon appear. I'll click the plus icon and you'll see all the different kinds of blocks you can add. This is a block builder after all. These are just the basic blocks, but you click browse all and you see all the blocks you can add. Now, since I want to just add an image here, I'll click image and it'll give me an option to upload directly from my computer or the media library or insert from a URL. I'll just choose the media library because this will show up the media library, and I can upload images directly as well. So let's say I go here and I'll find this image and just drag it here from my computer, and I'll just drag a couple of more images that I've just downloaded for this blog tutorial. Once all these images are uploaded, we'll see a preview of them right here, and we can select which of these we want to insert in this section. Now since the section was talking about temples, I'll select this image. You'll see this icon here, and I'll select. So this image will be added here. You can also do lots of stuff. You can resize the image, you can add links to it, you can crop it. Blog Builder is very powerful, and we're going to do a complete tutorial about that, so stay tuned for that. So similarly, you added an image here, you can add images everywhere, you can set a cover image and all that good stuff. Now, if I make this tutorial about the blog builder, it's going to take a while, so I'll just leave it right here. What I'll do is just create a few different blog posts on the site, let's say 4 or 5, and then once that is done, I'm going to show you how your website actually looks, how the blog posts look, and how we can change the theme of the website and what essential plugins we should install to make this beautiful, complete, functional website. All right, so I'll finish the blog post and we'll be back. So I've published all the blog posts. As you can see right here, I've published a total of 4 different blog posts, and you can find all the different blog posts that you publish on your site under posts, all posts, which is where I am. And just to give you a visual reference of how the posts look like, if I go here, this is the tab where I have opened up the first blog post that we published. If I scroll down, you'll find the image here. The blog post looks absolutely fantastic. But you might want to change the look of the website, or you might want to customize the look of the website depending on how you like it. That's where themes come in. Themes are like skins for your WordPress website. You install a different website or install a different theme, and the entire look of your website changes. So let me demonstrate how you can find the right theme, install it on your site, and customize it according to you. Going back inside the dashboard, and as I mentioned earlier, all the theme sections or theme options are inside the appearance section. So I'll go to appearance, inside themes. And inside the theme section, you'll see all the themes that are actually already installed on your website. You see the Hostinger blog theme, which is already installed and activated, but WordPress also ships with a few different themes, 2021, 2023, and 2022. We're going to install a brand new theme on our website to have a completely different look and more customization options. So what I'll do is go to the Add New section right here. And inside the Add New section, you have popular themes, you have latest themes, you have blog themes, you have favorite themes, all the different themes. I would say stick with the popular theme, and one of the best themes that we recommend that you use on your website is the Astra theme. So what I'll do is click here, and you can see a preview of how the Astra theme looks like. You can make sure that it's something that you like. You can go back and change other themes, but Astra theme is very customizable. So even though if you don't like this particular look, you can obviously change everything. So I'll install this theme, go through the process, and then we'll move on to the next steps. So the theme is installed. Let's also activate it. Now the Astra theme has been installed and activated. Now to get the best value of the Astra theme, you also need to install a companion plugin. Now this will also tell you how to install plugins. So that's also valuable. Let's go into plugins. We'll go to Add New. And inside the search options, I'll search for Starter Templates, which is a companion plugin for the Astra theme. And this is the plugin I'm talking about. Let's also install it. Let's also activate it. On this screen, make sure to use the block editor. And just to give you an understanding of what the Starter Templates does, it's a collection of hundreds of themes that you can install on your website using the Astra theme as a base or structure. And then you can have different looks for your website without having to test out different themes, and you get all the benefits of using a very, very efficient theme. So right now, instead of searching for it, I'll just scroll down and find a theme that I like for the travel purpose or travel blog that I've created. I'll scroll down and I'll see this one. Oh, this one looks good. It's a vlogger theme, so I think it's fit perfectly with what we are trying to build. Let's open it up and give us a preview of how the theme will actually look like, and we can also just skip and proceed with installing this theme on our website. The theme looks actually pretty good. It has a lot of unique styles. So what I'll do is just skip and continue because there's already a logo here, but that's not the process right now. We can create and change the logo later. So I'll skip and continue. And we also have the option of choosing some different set of color palettes and also fonts. I'll stick with the defaults for now. And here you can enter your complete details. I'll uncheck this. You can leave all these checked, so have all the sample data appear on the site. I'll click submit and build my website. Now this process will require a few minutes of your time, so hold on, sit tight, and once this is done, we'll resume the video. So the import process is finally complete. Let's check out how our new beautiful website looks like. So we'll click view your website, which will open up the website in a brand new tab, and it looks absolutely stunning and professionally built. This is the benefit of using themes. You can have a completely different look built out for your website instantly and in just a few minutes. So considering that you're happy, or assuming that you're happy with this look, we can just leave the design pass here and focus on other areas of your website, which is building traffic, making sure that essential settings are set up, essential plugins are installed, and other features on your website are also set up. So it's time to talk about different plugins that you need to install on your website, which are most essential to have a functioning website. So going back to our admin area, as I mentioned already, to install plugins, you need to go into the plugins section of your website. And one of the most important things that any website needs is a contact form, because let's say if a reader wants to get in touch, or a brand wants to get in touch to sponsor something or give you some sponsorship money, that's where we will actually find or contact you. So the first thing we need to build on a website is a contact form, and the best plugin for building contact forms is what I'm going to mention here. So I'll go to plugins and go to add new, and here we'll search for the best form plugin on WordPress, which is WP Forms. So I'll search for it, and we already installed WP Forms in the setup process. You'll already see that it's active. If you see it's active, it's already installed. No need to install it once again, or you probably won't be able to install it once again. So we'll just directly go into the WP Forms menu here and we'll find add new. So inside the add new section, you'll be able to create new forms and select the pages where those forms appear. Now, WP Forms is a very, very advanced, or I say a lot of feature packed plugin, but it's also very simple if you just want to get some things done. So what you can do is just select the simple contact form and it'll create a contact form directly without having to do anything. But you can also just start from scratch, or there are tons of templates already available to you which you can use to create complex forms without having to do or go through all the trouble of doing them. So since we are just creating a contact form, I'll just click simple contact form, use template, and this will open up the builder for me. You can build entire forms using like Lego blocks, drag and drop blocks, customizing everything. But let's say for now, you can have all these changes adding here, or whatever fields you see here, you can drag and drop and have it here. For example, let's say you want to add a numbers field or a phone number field. So you can just drag it here and the number field appears here in just a second. Now this was just a demonstration. I don't need a numbers field in a contact form, so I'm going to delete it. This is how easy it is to delete fields. Now, once you're happy with the contact form, we can publish it and add it to a particular page on our website. So what I'm going to do is click save first, and then click the embed option, which will give me the option of selecting an existing page. If you already have a contact page, you can select an existing page, but in this case, I'm going to create a new page, and I'm going to name the page Contact Me, and I'll click Let's Go. So instantly WP Forms created a new page, added a title, added the form on the page, completely done for me. All I have to do is just publish the page by going here and clicking publish. Once I publish the page, it's ready to go live instantly. And then anytime someone submits their contact form, you'll see an email inside your inbox, an administrator email, hey, somebody filled a contact form. That's how easy it is to set up contact forms. So you can see this is the contact form completely created for your website. Absolutely amazing, absolutely easy. This is the first plugin that you should install on your website. Let's also talk about analytics, because without understanding what users are doing on your website, where they're coming from, which pages are they visiting, you can't take any kind of business decision on your website. So to make sure that you have all the data required to make informed decisions for your website, you need analytics. And the best plugin to install, or I say install Google Analytics on your website, is Monster Insights. So let's set up Monster Insights on our website as well. I'll go to plugins, add new, and inside the plugin section, I'll type in Monster Insights. Now, no points for guessing. You already see Monster Insights installed because that's another plugin that we installed during the setup process. So it's already active here. So I'll go into Insights section and I'm going to go to Setup Checklist. And what Monster Insights is great at is setting up analytics completely on your website with just a complete setup tutorial like this. So anything you need to do, there's a wizard for it. You just launch the wizard, it'll set up everything that you need to do. All you need to do is have a Google Analytics account set up and just link your Monster Insights account with Google Analytics, and you'll start seeing all the data inside your Google Analytics account. And a lot of those reports will also be imported directly to WordPress. You don't have to leave your website for getting all those analytics. So it's very easy. Just go through the wizard, and we probably have a few tutorials already created on the channel. We'll link them in the description of this video, so you can go and just watch those tutorials if you have any trouble setting up Monster Insights on your website. Once Monster Insights is set up, it's time to set up the next plugin, which is for SEO. Absolutely critical. You know the importance of search engine traffic. Imagine writing a blog post and having thousands of visitors every day because you wrote it in an optimized way which people are actually looking for. So that's the plugin we will install that will ensure that you have the right information, right tools, and the right data to make those decisions and write optimized content for search engines. Once again, we'll go to plugins, we'll go to add new, and the best plugin for SEO is All-in-One SEO. You can search for the hyphenated version, which is AIO SEO, and just let it be, let the search complete, and you'll see AIO SEO, All-in-One SEO already installed as it was part of the setup process. Now, you'll see All-in-One SEO here. There are tons of different settings here. You can go to the dashboard, change the journal settings. It's a very, very powerful plugin that allows you to change everything on your website and have a completely optimized process. Even if you go to the post section and you find all your posts, All-in-One SEO also works with magic right inside the post. For example, if I open up a day in life on Indian foodie, if I edit this post, you'll see All-in-One SEO guiding me through the right steps to write the best headline, the best content. You see here, if I click the H icon, you'll see it analyzes my headline to give it a score of how this headline is actually like. If it's good, it's bad, can it be improved, all that good stuff. If I go to the settings here, I'll access all the settings. So general settings, it gives me a snippet, preview, and it gives me cornerstone content options. There's so much to cover inside All-in-One SEO, but it's one of the best, absolutely banger plugins out there. So make sure to install it, and we have some trainings on All-in-One SEO on our YouTube channel as well, which you can watch to understand how to set up correctly. I'll link a couple of videos down in the description of this video regarding SEO and All-in-One SEO so that you can understand how to set it up. Now, once this is done, we'll move on to some other essential plugins that you can have on your website. But yeah, I'll just quickly run through the list so that you know these plugins are essential. So once again, I'll go into the plugin section. I'll go to add new. And the first plugin I'll recommend you install is a backup plugin. Now, what are backups? Let's say you have your website beautifully created. Something happens, you accidentally delete something happens, a plugin crashes, something happens, your website is infected with malware. Having backups will give you peace of mind. It's like insurance for your website. So it's absolutely critical to have backups enabled on your website. And the best plugin for having backups on your site is called Duplicator. So I'll search for Duplicator in the plugin section, and once it appears, I'm going to install that plugin. So that's how you do it. You see Duplicator, you just click install now, and it should be done. The next plugin we'll be talking about is a security plugin. Security is absolutely critical, right? You have antiviruses on your computer. You also need antivirus for a website. So the best plugin for security is called Sucuri. We'll search for it, and once Sucuri appears, we'll install that plugin as well. I'll click install. So the next plugin you should install on your website is a design related plugin. Even though this website looks beautiful, if you want to customize it completely without having to mess with coding and all that things that might not be your forte, you need a visual website builder. So the best builder on the market that you can install on your website is called Seedprod. I'll just type it in, and you can instantly install Seedprod on your website by just doing this. We have a lot of videos that we have created around Seedprod. I'll link some of them in the description of this video. And Seedprod has their own YouTube channel as well, which you can go and consume all the information you need to create beautiful websites, customize everything visually without touching any line of code. Go in the description, click on those links, and consume that content. Now, this is not a fully complete list. There are other plugins you can install on your website as well. Some provide functionality, some provide security, some improve the performance of your website, and some just give you quality of life improvements. And I cover all of these plugins in this video, where I discuss the essential plugins that every website should have. So once you've completed the process, make sure to click here, go watch that video, and let me know some feedback in the comments. This is Yuvraj from WBeginner. I hope you had a good time and you were able to build your website. If you have any feedback, questions, leave that in the comments. I'll see you in the next video.